Hello and welcome back to taking a look at the classics, and as you can see today we've got the Hover Hunter, the Overborg Attack and the Destructoid. So these were all from the winter wave of the 2014 sets. So yeah, if we start with the instructions, I believe they've all got the same advertisements in them. So there's the Hover Hunters, and in the back for all of the minifigures, a poster, and then an advertisement for all of the sets for Rebooted. So we are going to be taking a look at all of those over the coming days for the Rebooted wave, Overborg Attack here. And then yep, all the same advertisements in here, so nothing to really cover. And then the Destructoid, there's that, the win, and again with the advertisements here. And as you can see, this one is just missing one that the others had. So yeah, that's it for all of the instructions. Now we can get on to looking at the minifigures for each set. So we're going to start with the Hover Hunter, which was the smallest set. And of course it came with Cole and a Ninjago, so there you can see that. Cole did have his Technoblade, if we can put his hand back on. He did have his green Technoblade here, as you can see, and it was on the chain. And then there you can see the Ninjago's printing with the torso, nothing on the legs, and the back print, and I believe the face is the same as Mindroid, so when we get to him we won't bother taking his mask off. But there you can see Cole's torso, the face under the hair, and under the mask, there we can see the face, and then there is all of his back detailing. So yeah, that is it for the minifigures in the Hover Hunter. Now we can get on to the Overborg Attack, which came with Lloyd and the Overborg, Cyrus Borg. So here is Lloyd. As you can see, the torso print kind of resembles his first few suits put together. He's got the golden armour there and the two gold swords in the back. And under the hairpiece there was a brand new face for Lloyd in these 2014 sets, although it wasn't very accurate to the show, but there you can see that. And then there is the back detailing underneath the armour piece. So yeah, that was it for Lloyd Garmadon in this set. New face, of course. It was a pretty good new suit, and yeah, it was nice that we got the hair for the first time. And then for the Overborg, here we can see he comes with the big walker, and you can move the legs on that, of course, and you can of course put his hands on the thing there to hold it, and it comes with these on the back. It's got a little saw with an axe on it, and then a sword there as well, and they can lift up and down as well. And as for the Overborg minifigure, if we take him out of the chair here, so that you can see that, how that works, the actual figure itself, as you can see, there is his torso print with all the stuff added on, and yeah, and then of course he's got this new headpiece with the cyborg stuff put into it, and there's the face, and then there's the second face, which is just Cyrus Borg, and that's what that looks like with it on. Sadly he doesn't have his glasses, which would have been pretty cool to have, but yeah, it's still pretty accurate to the show version of Cyrus Borg, just with them off. So yeah, that is it for the Overborg. This was the only set that you could get Cyrus Borg in, and they've never released him again since, so that's kind of a shame. But yeah, that is the Overborg. Then as for the Destructoid, we get 3 minifigures. We get Zane, General Cryptor and Mindroid. Now Zane was exclusive to this set because this was the only way you could get his non-battle damaged suit. And you can see the Technoblade there. And there is him in all his glory. We just take the bandana off. You can see the regular Zane face, and he's got the Zane hair, of course. Putting that all back on. There we can see the back detailing, which looks pretty good as well. So yeah, this was a pretty good suit, and of course it was exclusive to this set. So yeah. And then General Cryptor, as you can see, all of his detailing. He came with this saw weapon. And yeah, there's the face under the new Ninjago mask, and the back print underneath this armour piece, as you can see. And then putting that back on, of course, it was a brand new armour piece just for General Cryptor, And putting that all back together, there you can have the menacing Ninjago leader. So yeah, that is Cryptor. And as for Mindroid, see the torso print is exactly the same as this guy, and so is what's under the mask, so we're not going to bother taking that off. You can see the back, and yeah, he came with this weapon as well. So that is it for the minifigures. We're going to start by taking a look at the smallest set, of course, and that is the Hover Hunter. So we can see everything that it has to offer. It's pretty small, and as you can see it's got flick fire missiles on the side. Here's the bottom, and the main feature with this, aside from the flick fire missiles, is if you can put your Ninjago in there to command it. Because he's got a little control panel there. What you could do is you could just push this along, and the saw at the front would spin around depending on what surface you're on. It kind of works better on flat surfaces, but you can see it does spin around if you get it right, and you can spin it on your own as well. So yeah, that is the Hover Hunter. You can kind of just spin it to attack the ninja with the saw and have them leap out of the way and try to attack it. So yeah, it was a pretty small set, but you got a ninja and a Ninjago, so it was a nice it was a nice start. And then you get these two weapons on here. You can move them up, you can move them down to lock the Ninjago in, or you can take them off entirely and give them to the Ninjago to use as weapons. So yeah, that is it for the Hover Hunter. Next up, we've got the Overborg Attack. This did come with quite a bit of stuff. So first of all, we've got this little ramp, and it has got a fire hydrant on it. And the idea with that is you could just use the Lloyd's bike to run up the ramp and leap into the air. You do get a bin as well, but there is nothing in that. It's just a green bin that you can kind of knock down, and yeah. And as you can see, Lloyd's bike here, there is space to sit him in. You can just stand him there and he can hold onto the handlebar. It's a pretty cool bike, definitely one of my favourites from Ninjago because it is pretty small, it's not oversized at all. It's just a nice small bike that can fit in with any Ninjago city or any city you want, and it's not too big. And yeah, you can see kind of all the green details on this, like so, and the blades on it as well. And yeah, it does run nicely as well. And then of course the main attraction is this Overborg tank. So you can see the big black tread in the middle, of course, these engines at the back, some stickers all around this, and at the top there you can see this that's sticking out, and that is of course where you can put the Overborg. So he literally just sits on with his chair. If you line it up right, he will just sit on like so, and then you can wrap the legs down like that. And there the Overborg is sat in the Overborg Attack, ready to attack. And then of course what you can do with this is you would roll it, and as you can see these wheels are rubbing on the ground, and that is making these saws spin, so that's pretty cool. And then you've also got these blades down here that you can kind of use to attack, and the Overborg does fall out quite a bit. He's not kind of locked in, it just kind of sits on there. Yeah, you can see the main feature with the tank there, which spins the saws around, and you can use them to attack Lloyd. So you can see you can push them straight over by Lloyd's bike to kind of prevent the attack, but then of course they can go in reverse and you can try and do the same thing there. So yeah, that is pretty much all the Overborg tank has to offer. Not too big, but you can see we've got some weapons all over it, and yeah, the tread does run nicely. And then the final set is another big Ninjago tank, and that is the Destructoid. So you can see first of all it's got the treads here, and what happens when you move those is that these blades at the front will move up and down, so you can just sort of slash at things that are in the way there. So as you can see, that looks pretty menacing. You can see kind of a front angled view. We've got the arms here which can do stuff. The main body of the Destructoid tank does spin like so. You can see here we've got some discs with Ninjago symbols on, and there is a feature with those that we'll get to in just a sec. And if we move around to the back here, there we can see everything that's in the Destructoid. You can see the control panels there. You can put Mindroid and General Cryptor in here if you want to, like so. So you can just put them in there and they can go on to the attack. There we can see the first arm of the Destructoid. These are all on ball joints, so a lot of movement there. And this first one, as you can see, it has a saw there, and you can kind of move the saw. You just kind of spin it by using that piece. So yeah, you can see that, which is pretty cool. And then on the other side we have a sword, so you can spin that around and use that to kind of cut down some ninja, like so. And yeah, of course you can see the whole thing is spinning here. And then one of the last features of this set is back here. You can push this in, and what will happen is you will simply just so you can see back here we've got this thing, and what you can do with that is first of all you pull it out, and it is on an elastic band, so it will snap back into place. But what you can do is pull it down, pull it all the way out of the way, and then the disc, as you can see, has dropped down. And then what you would do next is you simply just let go of it, and it will fire out the disc. So you do have to pull it all the way out like so. Disc falls down, and then you can fire it out, and you get the 3 discs included to shoot. And then you simply just reload them by putting them back on top like so. So yeah, they just kind of sit there, and you can't shoot it by accident by pushing it in. You do have to pull it all the way out to drop them down and then fire them out. So that is pretty good, and that is basically it for all of these sets. So like I said, these were released in the winter wave of 2014. They are pretty good. They've got the same colour scheme, of course, the grey, black and purple. And yeah, you get some pretty good minifigures. Obviously Lloyd, Zane and Cole, so that's nice in these nice cheap sets. 3 of the Ninja, and of course you can get Jay and Kai from the Kai Fighter and Thunder Raider. So yeah, you didn't have to go too big to get all of the Ninja. But yeah, you get some cool minifigures. Obviously I'm not a big fan of Rebooted or the Ninjaoids or anything, but they were pretty good for the time, and yeah, they're still pretty decent sets to this day. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about these, and I will see you again very soon.